Come on. Yeah, you're not hosting tonight.
That's your part, Scott.
And then you missed your part.
I didn't miss my part. I hit my part. He's not going to do it now.
I only do it twice. See, you don't even know the right parts.
I do know the right parts.
God.
But I figured since you messed it up, we would do it again.
You're on fire.
Oh my. Where's mine?
Where is it?
My stream deck.
If you two keep it up, I'm going to turn your stream around and we're going to start again.
I was taking a nap because I got a bachelor party tonight. Yeah. Online Bachelor Party 2022, y'all.
I hate you and everything you stand for.
It's the mad stuff.
Yeah, how do you like that?
I don't like that at all. That does not feel okay.
Okay, shut up now. Look how that's seamless. You like that seamless?
Ryan just left.
Yeah, well, I would too if I was him.
Yeah, I finally get a good guest on, and y'all run them off.
Yeah, I'm literal devil's best friend, but I won't bring him under dumb.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on his stream again. This is the best part I ever thought of right here. I'm so glad I thought of this. Ah, look at that. It's so funny.
I want to know why I'm not pumping. Pumping. Oh my god. Why am I not jumping
shut
out
up
of
for 1 second.
Is this new?
Yeah, this is the special guest. It's Babyface Ryan.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I think I was unmuted then.
Hey everybody, welcome to the shit show that is The Dump. How are you tonight? I'm so happy to be here. I'm really happy to have Ryan on because everything worked really well backstage. Really well.
I was talking the entire time through the intro, but I didn't realize I had to unmute. So I was literally roasting you the entire fucking time.
Well, I could have monetized that. Thanks a lot for muting, buddy.
All right, let's do it again.
Yeah, let's start it all over. But welcome to the best show on Saturday night that starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern sometimes. This is The Dump. My name is Scott. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you're a fan of Ryan's, you might like my shit. But let's say hello to the man of the hour, Ryan Kinel.
That was as close as you've gotten on the first try yet. So it's good to be here. Scott pestered me for literally 2 months straight to come on this fucking show until I finally relented. But yeah, that was an old ass clip of me back from when I was still in the Navy and I had to shave. So yes, I'm excited to be here.
What did you serve on?
Aircraft carriers.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Yeah, but I was on shore duty, the last 4 years basically until I got out. So that's why I actually had time to do YouTube and start YouTube.
Okay. Is that why you settled down in the whale's vagina? San Diego?
That was why I was there. Yeah, I would have never really lived in California at all if I wasn't stationed there.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
I got out as soon as I could.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Unlike the next person, Culture Casino.
Hey everybody, Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. You may have heard of me. Pretty much make it so that you get to see great effects and graphics and intros that here on this channel. That's all me.
Yeah, and we still don't have an updated
members. Did you send me the member credits thing?
I might have. Storyman Jack said I wouldn't be a YouTuber without Ryan. I could say the same thing, not to Ryan though. No. But to Drunk 3PO, to everybody else in his circle, Drunk 3PO and Gary. But Ryan was somebody that you could connect with when you first got here. I mean, your first videos to now are completely hilarious. The difference. Yeah. You were so like, I dislike Star Wars for the reason of, and now you're like, the fucking piece of shit. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I started YouTube without any, I never thought about starting YouTube before. Right. You know what I mean? And I didn't practice. I wasn't ready at all in any way, but I just kind of learned on the fly and got comfortable in the camera on the fly. Mm-hmm. So I figured out what I wanted to do. Then my personality was able to come out. So
well, where are you at now? 127, 126, 126,000.
I think 128 I hit today. So
congratulations.
Wow. How many videos a day are you doing now? Like something like 12,
76.
16?
The past couple weeks, I've been trying to do 4 on my channel and 4 on Sports Wars. That's kind of been been my target every day. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. I can't actually upload to Patriot Outpost right now because I got a strike for, heaven forbid, talking about Disney and talking about grooming.
How do you get a strike for talking about things that are happening?
Apparently, it's hate speech to criticize Disney.
Well, plan on getting a strike tonight, everybody, because we're going to be talking about Disney. First, I'd like to also introduce other people on the channel. Mad Cheesemo, say hello, Mad.
Ryan's in my
Okay,
spot.
thank you. I knew you would say something like that. And then somebody who classes up the joint, Mark with a C, the gospel. How are you?
Really? Class? Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You class it up.
I'll take that.
It's a low bar. Like, let's not
Hello.
get
I'm just glad to be here amongst greatness right now, so absolutely. Hello to everybody in the chat. What is up? We're going to try not to get any strikes.
Yeah, we could get them. I don't mind. Whatever.
I mean, we got 2 because
the way I look
our
at
name was similar to
what was it?
It was Street Mods. It was a game show in the early 2000s.
It wasn't even spelled the same.
WB. No, it wasn't.
And it wasn't a game show.
No, it wasn't.
Totally different.
We do a members chat. We started a members chat now before the dump on Saturdays every other week. And we were just talking about how you can show videos on YouTube, how to have sex with somebody, and like instructional ones, but you can't talk about topics of the day unless
as long as it's educational. You can do nude yoga as long as it's supposedly educational.
Well, everything tonight is educational.
We were at least
all I have to do is pick up a definition of grooming, and we can talk about it because I'm going to teach you what that actually is.
And like I was saying,
with that
was very different. Was
the middle of your sentence was the beginning of his? I got you.
We were showing a video of snails, getting it on, and they took us down. It was snails, and it wasn't even real snails.
I'm glad we waited for that. Mr. Greg Gregory, who is a bachelor, and he's having a bachelor party tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, certainly am. That'll be after this stream. So
no girls allowed.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
it's going to be male strippers only. That's
That's how he rolls.
That's how how bros do it.
That's how bros do it. Yeah,
Well, isn't that where those guys are? Those the Thunder something from Down Under. What are those male strippers?
They're Down Under.
From Australia.
I have no
That's
idea.
the name of the name. The name is Thunder.
I feel like you would have a better idea than I would, Scott.
Damn it, you took my joke because Culture just said he knew the name, and I was gonna be like, "See, someone knew." Thanks a lot. Racist. Toxic
You've never been to Vegas before? I mean, come on.
No, I haven't. Okay,
I haven't either.
Thanks a lot. I'm poor.
You've never been to Vegas?
No, I haven't. I'm from the East Coast and I'm poor. Toxic Man Flu.
Because to Atlantic Shitty.
Yeah, I have been to Atlantic Shitty, and I live down the road from the Mohegan Sun. So
man, that smells.
I've been to the Mohegan Sun many times. Been drunk in that one, and
yes,
I saw the Who there. Believe it or not, so it was great.
Who?
Wow.
Let me ask you a question about the Who. Does anybody remember when Pete Townsend, there was pictures he may have had of younger people on his computer, and that just disappeared?
You're doing air quote counters too now? I don't have to do that for both channels.
Did anybody ever hear what
I don't
happened
remember
with
that at all. I've met him. He's quite a dick. Because I used to play Xbox with Zach, the drummer. And that dude's a dick, man. Like, I didn't know his name. I don't know the Who. I'm not 67 years old. I don't know who these guys are. Zach's he's just my boy from Xbox. But
I don't remember that story either. But I do know that if Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson had got it in court, she probably would have just let him off anyway. So maybe that's what happened.
Well, she can't define what Fredos are. But hey, let's move on. Makini draws for $10. She is not a biologist. Look, your job is to make decisions, and you can't even decide on what a woman is. That's scary. But thank God you were the #1 rated person of this demographic. Not the best person in the country, just that demographic. That was
I don't even know if that's true.
That's what the president was looking for. He just wanted to put in a black woman. He didn't care.
Wow. Well, wait a minute.
That's what he did make that announcement, right?
So yes.
That's what he said. That was the criteria. She fit the criteria. There you go.
Yeah.
So is the president, who I think has trouble just finishing a sentence, does he actually is he a biologist? I mean, does he know the science?
He wears Depends.
Because he
drove a truck.
Didn't he shit himself? He shit himself in front of the Pope.
In order to be a truck driver, right, you have to possess a particular kind of license in order to do it. Especially if as you go up the scale, right? If you're gonna transfer, hazardous cargo, things like that, you have to literally have a special license. You don't just take Joe Blow driver's license and you go get an 18-wheeler. Doesn't happen, right?
You have a license, Lisa.
If we know anything about Biden, is that he follows all the regulations and the laws that there are.
But he's
no way
always
he's going to
lying.
work around it.
He lies all the time. Do you realize his first presidential campaign ended because he stole somebody else's shit?
Yeah, but it wasn't anybody important.
He got caught plagiarizing.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah. Just some bloke from England.
What did he plagiarize there, Ryan?
His entire speech and policy, apart from everything, was original.
Yeah.
I forgot whose it was, though.
Yeah, it was
back
really
in like the fucking 1980s or something.
Yeah. He stole Margaret Thatcher's one. He says, "As a woman, I can blah blah." I think that's what gave it away.
It's crazy how long some of these people have been around, and like that to see like the images and like the video of when Biden was doing everything he could to prevent Clarence Thomas from being on the Supreme Court,
right?
To like then till now, appointing. It's very important to me to appoint a black woman to the Supreme Court after he was like one of the main dudes trying to prevent a black man from being on the Supreme Court.
And the way he talked it up too, it's like, you have never in the history of mankind seen somebody go through the verbal abuse that she went through and all of this stuff. The way that he was talking it up, he just made it seem like she was just getting like tortured. In order to get
can we ask?
Like
were you watching
the desert?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Were you watching Kavanaugh's interrogation because they called him a grapist?
Or just go back to the C-SPAN videos of Clarence Thomas. Go back to. I mean, it's not like we weren't watching this shit before, kids.
And what's crazy though, Culture, real quick with that dude, with that former vice president, he has more hair now than he did then.
Yeah, he does.
It's pretty impressive.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, but
he actually stole another speech, like on like his second run or whatever. He was like, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. And we're like, what? What are you saying?
King Kong got nothing on me.
He saw that movie too, huh?
Yes, he did.
Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? He says America's about one word. And he didn't bother to tell us what the fuck that was.
He tried to. That's actually maybe the worst clip that he has.
Can we find it?
America can be described in one word.
He didn't actually
Culture,
say it.
Find it. Culture, we'll play it.
God, dude, I was dying because then he goes on to talk about going hiking with Z Ping or ZZ Ping or ZZ Top, whatever the dude's name is, China. They were it was like 17,000 miles, but I don't know that for a fact. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say,
that's
bro?
Awesome.
He also said that he was been the vice president for 45 years after his wife died. So
he's been working really hard.
I got it.
All right, share that. Yeah. While he's doing that, Macallum draws again for $10. Guys, if you are not subscribed here, first subscribe here, but make sure you subscribe to Macallum Draws. He's trying to hit the 1,000 mark. I'd love to see him get there. And also, please subscribe to Storyman Jack. He's at like 450, and he wants to hit 500. So there's like 61 people in the chat. If you're not subscribed to either one of those guys, my amazing mods will throw their links in. Thank you. All right, let's play this thing.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
The fuck? Are you serious?
I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
How do these people stand there and not realize they know how evil they really are? Like, they are using a man who may have certain disabilities to climb the scale and run America. Like, they're laughing. She's laughing her ass off.
She's kind of smirking, and Kamala looks, as always, like an assassin at some point, ready to strike from behind.
She's like, is this my chance? Is this my
chance?
Right.
Wait. I'm about to be president.
Is that a stroke? Was that another stroke? What is happening right now? Yeah.
Well, he also, after that, dude, he was like, life's a game of inches. The inches we need are everywhere.
Somebody mute him.
What, dude?
On any given Sunday.
Yeah, he was doing Al Pacino.
Yeah, one of those. Well, you know what else we could talk about? I was
we're not done.
There's more.
No, there's more to this. No, that's crackers, man.
This was it. It was the whole foothills of the Himalayas thing where it was like we walked. I traveled 17,000 miles. I don't know that for a fact. All right, here we go.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
What? He is so shocked.
Circumference of the Earth, 25,000 miles.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm calling out YouTube if they do anything to this channel for us pointing that out. That's messed up.
What he was saying, it was two separate statements. He was talking about walking through the foothills of the Himalayas, but then he was saying it was during the time when I traveled 17,000 miles as vice president, meaning like throughout the entirety of it. So he's fucking retarded.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, then everything's okay as long as we can still interpret him.
Yeah, why does it take an interpreter to figure out the fuck the guy just said? That's the problem, right?
Even on George W., even on his worst day, like at least like you know what I mean. He still had moments of like, well, that's not him being like senile. He's just a
fumbling
C
idiot.
student.
Yeah. He's just like I got the vice president to run the country. I just want to hang out, right?
Oh man, Dick Cheney, what a hero, bro.
You shoot your boy and he apologizes. You know you're a pimp.
Whatever. Just, this dude. 81 million votes, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Well, again,
it really is like it's like watching elder abuse. It really is. You know, they put some old goat up there, and I don't mean greatest of all time when I say goat. I mean he's just, the guy is just he's out of it, man. And this is our president, the leader of the free world.
I like what Dragon Master 360 said. So Biden spoke Swedish chef. Okay, all right, yeah, that's exactly it. He's it's like what is it? What did he say? What? Somebody else who's having a bad month. Will Smith, everybody. And Ryan, you had a great you had a good video today I saw about Will Smith just getting his pee-pee slapped by his wife. Before we go into this one, because I find it funny, the person who wrote this article. But what happened with Will Smith and his wife recently, Ryan? What was your video about today?
Oh, Jesus. Well, there's just so much stuff coming up from the past. And as much as the slap has hurt Will Smith's reputation and hurt him in the face of a lot of people. Like, I think what's worse, honestly, is that all of this stuff with Jada is coming back up. Mm-hmm. And every marriage goes through issues. Marriages that last 25 years are never super smooth. And sometimes infidelity is an issue. But the difference is you don't play it out in the public space. You don't create an entire show literally just to get attention because of your marital problems and expose it to the world and emasculate your husband in front of the world. But that's what Jada Pinkett Smith has done for years now.
Right.
And what came out, well, it really got a lot of attention today, but it was back from a couple years ago on her little show on Facebook where Jada Pinkett Smith says, I'd never wanted to be married. I don't believe in, marriage. I was crying all the way down the aisle, but I didn't know what else to do. Just talking about how brutally terrible it was to get married to Will Smith. All while Will's like, it was like the happiest day of my life. That's all I ever wanted was to get married and have a family. And she's like, I don't believe in marriage as the institution.
Like... She is. Does he even know who he's married to? Is it like the last few years he's finding it out finally? Or because my wife, I didn't listen to the podcast, but she's like, yeah, I listened to the whole podcast, and she literally had relationships, not just sex with other people, but like years long relationships with other people and younger people.
I bet he's never stepped out either.
Here's what I think is going on. So what I think is going on is that Will Smith has done a lot of shit too, a lot of sketchy shit, whether he's been fucking dudes, whether he's been fucking other chicks, whether he went on an island. I think there's a lot that Will Smith likely has in his past and his history that Jada Pinkett Smith has on him.
Right.
So it's this mutually assured destruction thing. If one of them were to like leave or separate. So I think that explains a lot about why Will's still in that marriage.
I think like because of the way it is now, I don't think Jada's worried about anything. Because look, Will goes and smacks a dude on national TV, and they're like, "But you got to understand her hair." He was making fun of her hair. Like they were all like looking at her like she's a victim. Like that was the third assault that happened that night.
She's messed up, man. Yeah,
Did you see Will at the tennis game, by the way, smacking that other dude?
Yeah, he's losing his shit, dude. He really is. I do find this article kind of funny because you got Will Smith must return his Oscar to restore the award's honor. Guest columnist by Harry Lennox. If you don't know Harry Lennox, well, he was in a little movie called Justice League. He was Martian Manhunter, and he supported Josh Whedon at the time. So like
he was also he's also in a lot of other things other than that.
He was in the Blacklist. I mean,
he was in Blacklist. He was awesome in that.
He's awesome in Blacklist. Yes, I love that show. But what I'm saying is his support of Josh Whedon, and then you have somebody like Will Smith. Like it's kind of hypocritical because it's like, were you just saying those things about Whedon because you were working for the man at the time? Like I don't know.
Yes,
probably. But he feels that Will Smith should return it. At this point, the only person who can redeem the integrity of the Oscars is Smith himself. He needs to come to grips with the gravity of the offense he committed, slapping Rock live in front of millions on the Academy Awards stage. Smith needs to express mail his golden trophy back to the Academy and publicly state something to the effect of, out of respect for the 94 years of honor conferred upon this award, I do not, in good conscience, feel worthy of being its custodian. What the fuck?
It's the goddamn Rock.
Like,
I mean, I think that there's so many different things to talk about when it comes to this. Overall, it's a terrible black eye for Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And I said black eye just for you guys that are clipping out there.
Everybody, clip it.
But clip me. Say something about me. Let's do like tag team racism so I can get some traction.
Tag team racism. I like that.
He just wants 1,000 subs. He's hurt.
I don't care.
But yeah, dude, go ahead, please.
But when you look at it's like, oh, look at all the people in Hollywood that have done terrible things, yet they still have their Oscars. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like on one hand, this is an award for acting. That's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And what I wouldn't want is for someone to get an award, then 2 years later, they, I don't know, murder someone. And then you feel like you need to strip their name off of everything because why? Right? Like, I don't think that that's necessary. I think most people are smart enough to understand that that's not necessary in society. But this happened like during the event where it got presented. So that presents kind of a different argument. I personally think that he should have gotten the Oscar, but he shouldn't have been there to accept it. I think they should have taken him out. Yep. But I mean, that doesn't change the fact that supposedly that's for what he did in the film that released months and months and months ago and was voted on well before Will Smith did that. Yep. So it's a weird situation.
Same as they try to take away OJ's Heisman. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to the hi everyone. By the way.
Shit! Hey. What's up?
G'day, Ryan. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, not much. Been doing well. I just wanted to make a point. Like going back to that. Is it the round table or the red table or whatever the fuck it is?
Red table, I believe.
Yeah.
I watched Ryan's video and Ryan, you made the point about like look at the daughter's reaction.
Mm.
The daughter's reaction disgusted me, to be honest with you. Right? What I see in what happened in just that conversation is that Jada, behind closed doors, is basically nattering to their daughter about Will. Right. And giving the daughter a false perception of what Will is actually like. Because the reaction that she gives where she goes, wow, to him saying that all he's ever wanted was to be married and have family and love my family and that's it. The daughter doesn't even have that perception of her father. And then when Jada says, you know, I never thought about, like, I don't like the rules of marriage, you know, I'm like, you're a fucking retard. But like, the reaction that the daughter had to that was like, yeah, you know, like the daughter is just a copy and paste version of Jada.
Well, I think both kids
it's
are.
It's absolutely disgusting. What? And again, it doesn't justify what Will did. Nothing can justify what Will did. But it's just it's absolutely disgusting.
I think he just reached that point. I mean, you can only take it's going to manifest in somewhere else. The theologian and philosopher I always read a lot of, Peter Rollins. He talks about how, like, you know, we're all ghost houses, like we're like a ghost house, like filled with the ghost of, like a haunted house filled with the ghost of the ones that you've hurt, the ones that have hurt you and you've lost, whatever, right? But if you don't address them, they'll manifest in some other way in a poltergeist, right? So you can only suppress that stuff down so low before it's going to come back. And it came back with an explosion, and it did nothing good for him.
Mark, you have something about it?
Well, she sat at that same table, the red table talk or whatever, and she also talked about how her grandmother told her that she should learn how to pleasure herself, right? So she wouldn't be, in debt to any man at all. Now, once again, she's saying this with her daughter sitting right there.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
that's the daughter. I mean, that's your husband's daughter right there. The disrespect, that she's raising these kids up with. Like, you can feel it, man. This is not a healthy situation at all. And you have Will Smith, who is like easily one of the most successful actors of our generation. He deserves respect at least for that. And this chick has been slapping him down for years in front of his children.
Well,
you know what I mean? So what do you think is going to come from all of this?
You see the video where she just starts filming that one, but like, even just going back to the grandma really quickly, she, like, her reaction to hearing Jada say, "Oh, she never wanted to get married," is almost, she goes, "I don't remember that."
Right.
But then goes on to play on, "Oh, yeah.
And then she apologizes, and I kind of clipped about a minute out of that because I didn't think it was super relevant. But she essentially goes on and apologizes to Jada for, like, that she pressured her to get married and, like, all that stuff.
Oh my god!
The entire show is like it's a way for Jada Pinkett Smith to get attention and to get off, kind of.
Like, it's a roast.
Was Will there the whole time? Throughout all of it?
Well, he was there on that specific episode, yes, because he was the guest there, and they were talking. That's why they were talking about their marriage and stuff.
Is it this one?
Man.
Is it this video right here?
Looks like it. She looks like she's wearing the same.
It's from like an hour-long video that's just like a couple sections of it where they address it. So,
it's sad because it's like she kept quiet the whole time Will Smith was the A-list supreme movie star, where everyone wanted him in his movies. His career has died down a little bit. He has, and I think that's him choosing different paths, wanting to do different projects. But for 15 years, anything Will Smith was in, except for Wild Wild West, was a major hit. And why wasn't she bringing that shit up then? It's like all of a sudden now she feels like, I think you're right? She either has a lot on him, or she is at the point where it's like, I got everything I need from you. No matter what happens, I get at least half.
But she was also in the middle of that Oscars So White fiasco from years back. So to me, she's always been raining on his parade. Anytime he gets ready to take that step towards the prestige that he's been after for his entire career, meaning Oscars and accolades and stuff like that, she finds a way to put herself in the middle of the whole thing and mess up his image. And image is everything, which is what you saw on that video where she was trying to record him in their home.
Yes.
And he was saying, "Listen, this is my bread and butter. You can't just be putting me out here, without me knowing about it." And she's taking all types of shots at him. "Oh, you can tell that the therapy is doing its job, right?" It's like, do you know what a shot to the heart that is for a man who's trying his best?
It almost feels like in that video that they've had a prior conversation before that, and Will's already pissed off, or like, Jada's probably gone up to him and go, "Oh, so what do you think about how this person has helped us with our relationship?" And he's probably gone, "Yeah, it's been all right, but like, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And then she starts recording and asks him the same question again. Like, it just felt that way, that there was more to Will's reaction in that we didn't see.
Anyone who's been in a marriage,
she just seems like the problem. She seems like, sorry, Mark.
Definitely the problem.
I was cutting you. I'm sorry. I was just saying what a violation of trust that is. Anyone who's been through a marriage has been on the rocks. Anyone who's gone through a divorce. I've been through a divorce. I went through the whole, trying to get, help and all that counseling.
Yeah.
Everything you can cry in that, you can be as, vulnerable in that, but you're trusting right there, in that process. That's not there to be put on social media.
No.
So what we saw, number one, was a violation of trust. Number two, it was a huge disrespect to him, inside of his own house. Like I said, a megastar, but she's acting somehow like whatever you are is still not good enough for me.
Right.
Just crapping on him in front of all of his fans and people who admire him.
Right.
So
like
she's the one that her, man.
Right.
Believe and trust all women.
Well, it's not even that. It's like she's like at the point now where it's like I could do whatever I want. I don't care how you react. I don't.
Sounds
care
like a fucking hen house in here. Jesus Christ!
Can I say one thing before Tom comes in? Like, man time.
Well, first of all, the hen house has 81 people watching.
Fault.
Please
That's
subscribe.
That's all that matters. It's Jada's fault. End of discussion.
It absolutely is. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up one thing because I thought about this earlier. Remember the movie Ali? Right?
Yeah.
All right, so when they get together and she's like, "Are you a virgin?" Because he was so in love with her and she could not give a shit about him. Like in the movie, and I feel like, oh, that's kind of like, how they really
like
are.
A butterfly, sting like a bee.
You know what I mean? Because like he was so into Jada, and Jada does not give a shit.
There's never been a woman who's put her hands on me.
Hey, everybody, there is author Stephen Walton. He's going to be my guest on Monday night, so make sure you guys check out and make sure you're subscribed to see us talk shit on each other. But that'll be the going Spork Deep. And then I have a following week, I have a really great guest. We'll talk about that next week. But anyways, yeah, I want to find the video where she's doing that outside their house. And I don't see where it is, but I do want to kind of look at this one if we don't mind here.
Jada's always been nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she has. That's why she loved Tupac so much, because they're both crazy.
But a hell of a ballet dancer.
Yeah. All right, so where was this part? So the actress was joined by her mother. So yeah, the mother, the daughter, and Will Smith on the episode of Her Red Table, where the group discussed becoming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. After conceiving their first child together, Jaden, the couple decided to get married. I really didn't want to get married, expressed matter-of-factly after expressing how upset she was to learn she was pregnant. Like, you're supposed to lie about that. Like, like I was so pissed that you ruined my life, kid. Referring to Bainfield Normus as Granny, Smith added how she influenced the decision for the couple to have a ceremony. We only got married because Gammy was crying. It was almost as if Gammy was like, "You have to get married, so let's talk about the wedding," said Smith. I was under so much pressure, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant and just didn't know what to do. I never wanted to be married. Wow.
Is the oldest child the daughter?
No, the son. The son.
Okay.
Will has a kid.
But even still, imagine basically just being told, that you ruined your mum's life because you were a mistake.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's heard it before.
I mean, he emancipated himself.
Wow. That's got to destroy something.
See, Will has another kid before this, though, named Trey.
Yes.
Nobody ever talks about.
Right.
Everybody forgot about Trey.
She got knocked up by a dude with a net worth of how much? Yeah, I'm sure she was really heartbroken about that.
Yeah.
And her Gammy was too. Yeah. Okay.
That's why
I will say, like, because she was an aspiring actress at the time, right? They met when she auditioned like 93 or something for Fresh Prince. So like she was an aspiring actress, and I can see how a person like Jada Pinkett Smith, who is so very focused on herself, getting pregnant like that, regardless of who it is, she probably is going to be very upset about it.
Yeah.
Well,
because it's all about the career with her. She seems like somebody who probably was jealous of Will's success, but at the time didn't say anything. And like, this is now her time to be the bigger star. Like, why would you want all this press? Why?
This is what I think happened. I think she went after Will because she thought that she was never going to make it as an actress. Thought this guy is obviously going to make it. He's a talented fucking star. So I'm going to latch on to him. Right. And then if I don't make it, I've still made it.
Yeah. Oh, Tupac died.
Of the Crips, right? Wasn't she in Tales from the Crips? Demon Knight? Wasn't that her movie?
Why does everybody keep reminding me of that?
I don't remember.
It was like 93, 94.
Because I like that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
The fact that she's in it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, we have a better article coming up, and it's one of my favorite people in the world at this moment is Ricky Gervais. Finds the final funny. Yeah,
you guys aren't wrong. When she first hit the scene, she was technically the bigger actress, and Will was the bigger star to a point. Yeah. She had been in Poetic Justice. She was in Different World and a few other things. He had only really done The Fresh Prince and his.
No, she was in Menace to Society.
Was it that? Well, she was in Poetic Justice too, wasn't it?
No, I thought that was
you're right. You're right. Vice Icon.
She wasn't Menace. She was also in Set It Off.
Yeah, Menace to Society. You're right. I got him mixed up.
Menace I Society.
Shut up, culture.
She was in that Menace. Don't drink your juice. Whatever.
By the way, have you ever read Jaden's Twitter? Oh man,
he's a nut bar.
You could do a whole
that kid did get it emancipated. Right?
What a shock that both their kids are completely fucked up.
Right? No shit.
It is the truth, man. Ricky Gervais. So leave it to comedian Ricky Gervais to have the last laugh in the generally unfunny Will Smith saga, while the reaction to the Academy of Motion Pictures 10-year ban.
I think it's hilarious. It's like watching Hollywood tear itself apart.
Oh,
yeah. So following that ban, Gervais on Friday announced announcement of the penalty. He took to Twitter with his own comment on the move. Hopefully he'll only do 6 years with good behavior. Earlier, Gervais said that Chris Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's hair was like the tamest joke I would have ever told. When people asked the frequent Globes host what would have happened to him in the same circumstance, he replied, nothing. Nothing would have happened to me because I wouldn't have told a joke about his wife's hair. I'd have told a joke about her boyfriend. I fucking love him, man.
Oh, shit.
You know, it's true. Like, the idea that, and first of all, they were friends. They've maybe not friends, but he's known Rock for like 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the idea, like, in his head, when he got up and decided to slap him, it was because he knew in his heart, like, I can get away with this. Like, in his mind, I could slap Chris. He's not going to hit me back. He ain't like that. I can get away with this.
Do you think that was a thought that was going through his mind, or was more so, if I don't do this now, Jada is going to be unlivable with?
I think a lot of things went through his mind, but yes, I think that was the number one.
It's like the Peel Key and Peele skit with Megan, and Megan's talking shit to everybody, and like and looks at him like her boyfriend in the fight, and he has to jump in this fight for no reason.
Yeah,
just get his ass. Well, that's exactly what it was.
Everybody
like, she just
looked
over at him like.
Everybody dated a girl like that got loud at the bar and was like, my boyfriend beat your ass.
Most bar fights are the same way. They get started by some loudmouth bitch, right?
Yep. And then
Way the Gun had the best one of that.
Sometimes guys marry that loudmouth that always gets them into fights.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know the guy who just likes to fight at the bar, right?
Yeah, we do.
There's a big difference between that guy and the guy who's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the guy who's like, I have to now. Yeah. I always felt bad for that guy.
Oh, I know, man. It's like, look, that's nothing personal, man. It's like, I got to do it.
Because she's starting shit with that guy who likes to fight.
Well, she gets off on it, too. You know,
exactly.
They get off on seeing someone get hurt for them.
My husband will kick your ass, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
No, I won't, bitch. Shut up.
Oh, God. I knew too many of those girls.
But I also knew the guy that was the knucklehead that was ready to go, throw down at a moment's notice.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the one that she's egging on, right?
Yeah,
like,
always.
Oh, it's always going to be the biggest dude she can find.
So, yeah, of course,
I mean?
you're definitely going to get your boyfriend's ass kicked. So they asked Gervais about the alopecia, the hair issue she has. And I support her and the alopecia community because I just heard there's an actual alopecia community. I didn't even know that. There's a community for every fucking thing now. Well, he says, I'm going a bit thin. I'm disabled. He said while pointing to his hair in the video chat, I can park right up next to Tesco now in a disabled parking. I'm fat. That's a disease. I'm fat and bald.
I don't like this texturism.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah.
I got a question. Do you reckon that Chris Rock would be on the cancel bandwagon, like cancel Chris Rock bandwagon right now, if Will Smith hadn't have walked up there and slapped him and it was just the joke and Jada Pinkett Smith got offended the way she did?
There would be calls for it. There would be calls for people canceling. All right, so what you're saying is Rock said the joke, no one reacted, but...
It's complete hypothetical, but...
No, I'm with you.
It would be like it would be the typical noise on Twitter. It wouldn't be everybody talking about this.
Right. I kind of made that
I
comment
agree.
right afterwards. I'm like, if it just would have gotten, like, if they just let it go, and then she would have said something after the show, I don't think they would have went after Chris like to cancel him. But I said that's the problem, is they could have turned it into a teaching moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could have been this whole thing that it could have been like, yeah, Chris Rock comes out and apologizes. He was unaware that he would never have made a joke like that had he known that, Will Smith's wife, Jada, had alopecia. And then that could have led to this whole thing where people could have learned about it. But instead it became, more sensationalized, and it's this big whole thing. And that's why I'm not even sure what the fuck to think about it, because it's just like, so they're two fucking celebrities. Who gives a shit at this point?
It would have trended on TikTok. You know what I mean? People
but I don't think people would have tried to cancel Chris really at all.
Most people didn't even know she had alopecia. I didn't know that.
No.
I don't think
I
Chris
didn't know
Rock
she was
knew
a
that.
bipod.
That's my point exactly.
The thing, she ain't bald.
Tourism.
She ain't bald because she has alopecia. She has like 2 like patches of hair that are bald on her head that she just decided to shave it off. Like, she could easily, like, she could wear normal fucking hair. It wouldn't be a problem. She could do a wig, whatever. She shaved her head because I don't know if it's too much of a hassle or she wanted the attention, whatever. But it's not like she's bald. She has like stubble there because she has to constantly trim it down.
What's funny, Ryan? I heard, and again, not to add to the fucking chicken coop,
that the carpet matches the drapes.
No, so I guess somebody had come out and said that the reason she had those bald spots wasn't because of alopecia; it was because she had those braids in for so long, all those years.
Oh, really?
And the dye in her hair. Also.
That's what some people say. They're like, oh, I mean. That could cause hair loss too. So they're speculating that it's not actually alopecia, but.
I mean, if she says that she's proud of her bald head, like, why are you getting offended at a bald joke? It's a joke.
Because she's just lying.
Yeah,
I see nothing. She has more hair than I have, and what bothers me too is the idea that, like, she has shaved her head in the past too for movie role. Like,
I don't ever remember her having anything close to medium length hair.
She's normally had bald hair. If not, she had the braids. Yeah, I don't. She had shorter hair in the late '80s, early '90s, but it wasn't like. I don't think she ever had anything long.
And I can't fucking believe we're talking about
like
this.
The closest I think she wore. She did in Nutty Professor, but I'm pretty fucking sure that was a wig.
Holy shit!
Wasn't that Janet Jackson? Yeah,
that was her in the second one. God damn it!
Okay, I was gonna say you keep getting them confused. Racist.
This is why I keep getting them flip flopped. She played her the girl in the second one, and it was like, oh yeah, they got rid of Jada. I wonder why. Oh, now we know.
Well, you know who we haven't heard from in like a week is Simon Liu or Simu Liu or
Simu Liu.
Yeah,
that guy.
He took offense a little bit to Ethan Hawke's Mandarin skills.
Oh my god,
this guy is so freaking annoying. So if you watch the second
French Canadian guy who plays the kung fu dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
If you watched the second episode of Moon Knight, which was definitely better than the first one, they're talking to Ethan Hawke's character's people, and they all speak Mandarin because he wants them to speak multiple languages. And this guy took offense that Arthur Harrow, he writes, all right, Arthur Harrow needs, I can't fucking say his name, needs to fire his Mandarin teacher. Like, I don't know if he thinks he's funny. I don't know, but this guy aggravates the shit out of me. What do you feel about him?
I wonder if Simu Liu knows how to speak Mandarin.
He knows how to kiss the CCP's ass.
Yeah, I assume he does. Look at him. I feel like he knows some Mandarin.
He might. I mean, there's definitely a chance. So he
That's right.
I don't even know what to say on that one. That was great. It goes on. Lou is referring to one scene. So we talked about that. Arthur Harrow is a very different character than he used to be in the blah, blah, blah. I think he views himself as okay, who gives a shit about that? I'm aggravated with this idea that he could say something like that. Now, if I came out and said, some, I don't know, English gay character is trying to play a straight white male, and I say, God, got to work on that accent, would I get canceled for that?
I don't even know what you said. What?
Like, if you have an actor, who is not, we're now talking about Ethan Hawke, white male, you can make fun of him, you can talk shit on him, But let's say if it was somebody else in that role, a one-legged trans female.
Bipod.
Yeah, exactly.
Person.
Would
Andy
he be saying that? Would he be saying that? Or
absolutely not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It just depends on where his ranking on the intersectionality ladder compares to that person. It's all about that power, you have to look at the power dynamics.
Why are we talking about how gay Scott is?
Well, because I have questions. Go ahead, Ryan.
I find it funny that a actor is criticizing acting.
Thank you.
Like it's just fucking acting. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The dialogue, the way it came out, the pronunciation of the Mandarin that he spoke may have been a little off. All right, sorry.
I don't want to be the guy that has to take up for this dude because he seems like a piece of shit. But we always give people shit. Like whenever they do try to do a Boston accent, but they just don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Boston.
They're like down to the harbor yard.
Hey, I'm gonna park you. I'm gonna park my car over there.
I agree with you, man. But here's the difference, and here's where I'll disagree to a point. The dude's playing a white dude. It's not like he's trying to pretend to be an Asian dude or something like that. So who cares if his accent's a little off? Did he say the right thing? That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Does it really matter to me? No, because I can't fucking speak Mandarin, so I ain't paying attention if it ain't got fucking subtitles. So whatever.
Yep.
Again, if it ain't American, I don't give a shit.
So I can't speak any other languages, right? But let's say somebody was to start teaching me how to speak Spanish, and I start pronouncing words, that makes me a racist, right?
Right. Biblioteca.
Yeah.
No, it just makes you white.
It just makes you white.
Yeah, people give me shit all the time because of how I pronounce Spanish, even though I'm Hispanic adjacent.
You are? I thought you were black adjacent.
I'm black adjacent too. Yes, I can be multiple
things.
How
many things adjacent are you?
Enough.
Italian.
So my stepdad. I don't know, Ryan.
Speaking of
if you ever
adjacent,
knew this.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm telling you.
Anyway.
We don't care about that. 97 people watching.
My stepdad was black. That's all. I mean, he's still black. It's not like a Sammy Sosa,
that
Michael
Jackson
thing.
That doesn't have anything to do with you, though.
Okay, yeah. So we got 97 people watching. Hit that like button because we're at 69. Please subscribe to my channel at least. God damn it. Shut up, Mad. We got another story to talk about because I don't know if you know, they're remaking Willow, guys.
Oh, I knew this one.
This is pissing me off already.
I heard about the remake a long time ago.
Yeah, me too.
Disney cast first trans actress in a Lucasfilm production for Willow.
Is it a trans character?
Nope.
They'll make it a trans character.
It says it right there. She's not playing a trans character in the series.
Right
but
there.
she is playing a
mother
and a mother.
Well, I have a problem with this because she's a trans actor playing a non-trans person.
I don't know if
a non-trans person can't play a trans person now, then I think I have a problem with this.
That woman-sounding man with the beard, the bald one in the Disney thing, saying we can't just have a trans character in there without making the story about them being trans. Because how are you going to know that character's trans if we don't tell you that they're trans? Ryan's made this point over and over again, but it's still the same thing. They're going to put a trans character in. A trans actor is coming to Willow. Okay, cool. Are they going to act the part? Are they going to act their role, or are they just going to act trans?
Well, no, they probably are, Ryan. I'm just making a stink because I think ScarJo should get the role instead.
Right.
Well, because I'm
going to make that fucking stink. I don't care.
I'm with you. She gave up a role for them.
Yeah, you got what I'm saying, Scott.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
I would agree, but what we've seen over the past years, men do it better. I say, let's have them, do those parts.
Yeah, I mean, they're way better at swimming apparently. So yeah,
no one's even
might as well let them take it.
Swimming.
Dude, tell me your feelings on that dude, Ryan. The guy,
Leah Thomas.
Leah.
It's a joke, man. Listen, for the past decade and a half, a lot of these woke sports activists have been literally shoving female sports down our throats, trying to promote female sports, complaining that people don't pay enough attention to female sports, more funding for female sports, all this shit, even though no one actually wants to watch it. No one, for a lot of the big ones, for whether it be soccer, whether it be basketball, things like that. Of course, they don't talk about the sports that people watch more of when it's women, like gymnastics or women's volleyball or
the
things
ones where
like
they
that.
Actually
right?
look like women, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
or ice skating and shit like that, right? But now the same people are sitting there and clapping as a man is coming in and destroying a biological man. Put it out. A biological man
yes,
is coming and destroying female sports, just dominating. Then you don't have anything to say. And you got to put a lot of the blame on the women themselves. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck about your sport. Why should I have to sit there and stand up and try to protect your shit that you've wanted to have more relevance? Now you're too scared of being called a bigot. You're too scared of being called a transphobe to just say, I'm not getting in the pool with that dude who has a dick.
Yeah, well, look at the girls from Connecticut, the high school girls from Connecticut that got destroyed. I want to say, I forget the sport. It might have been track and field. I might be wrong.
It was track and field.
It was track and field, right?
Sprinting thing.
They got destroyed. None of them placed, and a couple of them lost their scholarships because they were beat by biological males. Like, how is that fair to
There's
a
only
high
one
school?
way to fix this. You just make a new division, the trans division. Then they will see how it works, because in this case, they're not dealing with it that way.
No, I say we guess, like with the WNBA and NBA, let's have another convert. Like, let's bring them together, just like we did back in the day. And I mean, I'm sure
I can
they
fix the
own.
WNBA overnight. Get some women that actually look like women and put them in like cheerleader uniforms playing basketball. Men will watch that shit.
Do that.
Yeah,
of course
they
will.
I don't know about those women.
Can you
That's what I'm
imagine
talking
a
about. Not
trans
those
woman?
women. Exactly, Ryan. You got to get some different women.
Ryan,
Could you imagine a trans woman playing beach volleyball?
Oh, Ryan, did you see the video with Shaquille O'Neal? They had him and whatever chick that was that plays in the WNBA, and they like did a simulation on the NBA 2K. And she like beats the shit out of him on the game.
Does she like dunk on him or some shit?
Dunks on him and shit.
Brittany Griner, who was it?
I don't know, some sinner who used to play. Somebody on
what's her name?
Leslie?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that was it. Yeah. And she's just there clowning on him while he has to take it. Because he knows as soon as he says, like, dude, no fucking way you would ever do anything like that.
Let's go back to Tecmo Bowl.
Hang on.
Bo Jackson to the outside.
Wait a minute.
We just my joke.
Culture's been quiet for a while. Let him.
Yeah, we were talking about swimming. We talked about professional women's sports that don't make money. What do you think of Griner being in prison in Russia for a while?
Yeah, she's stuck out there. She is a WNBA player that is got her passport taken, and she is in prison still, right, in Russia for what again?
She had a pen. She had a vape pen. Something.
She had a vape pen full of cannabis oil, which is illegal. Which is illegal in Russia.
So she broke the law.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
And if she was the person anyone cared about, maybe she'd be back already. So
I like the LeBron
James. Not quite Paul McCartney though. So.
He comes to my nephew's birthday, takes picture. He can go home.
Well, that was in Japan, but
but that's my point though. When he was in jail, they had like a whole like watch on him the whole time. They're like, Paul McCartney is still in prison.
Yes,
like,
you got to be more aware of that. You know, some countries don't put up with your bullshit, whether you're a WNBA star or not.
Yeah, that's true. So we had a super chat that I just came off of from a guy on the panel who hasn't spoke. Toxic Manflu, thank you for $5 and a channel member. Guys, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out. And I'm trying to monopolize Ryan being here. I can't wait until the next Olympics when a man wins the women's figure skating gold.
I bet he could.
They can generate a lot more power, a lot more torque.
A lot more vertical, too.
It'd be the only time I would ever be interested in figure skating.
Go figure.
That's kind of... That was kind of gay.
But you know, the scary thing about the movie, though, is like if you're just going to start casting trans people to play to play an actual woman, does nobody have a problem with this? Like, as far as actresses are concerned, that this trans person got this role,
they aren't going to say anything, though, Mark.
They can't be.
They can't be, exactly. If they say something, they're going to get canceled. Yeah,
because it'll be the same people that was like Scarlett Johansson can't do it.
Yeah, and of course, this is an example of Disney's position now, where they want to push this. They've now said they're committed to doing this, so we can see more of this now.
Yeah,
So I mean, listen, man, if people don't start speaking up about this, and obviously those people out in California who are demonstrating against it, people are beginning to see what's happening here. We want this, especially in our children's programming.
Right.
Is that actually something that we're going to be cool with? Because this is just the beginning, man.
Well, right. I just want to be clear. I don't care.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tox.
This is the eventual outcome of the Me Too movement. That's what this is. Okay. So when you start canceling people, yes, there's illegal stuff that went on, but you keep doing this and you have activists have to have somebody to blame, right?
Yeah.
And it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And now they can't say anything. Their tongues are tied because they stayed and didn't stand up and say this was wrong. Because it's a matter of right and wrong. That's all it is. It's not a matter of feelings or any of that. It's either right or it's wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've gotten past that point, and it's too late. The snowball at the top has rolled all the way down. They can't do anything about it. And until we get to the final end of it, which is Disney's bankruptcy, because nobody's going to watch this crap, it's not going to end. So as I've said on multiple streams this week, stop giving money to Disney. Find out who they own and stop patroning them.
And they own
Go and get Jeremy's razors. Go and get but the first step is figuring out who they own.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
it's our responsibility to go out and do
through
that.
the government too. It's all through our government too. These people they're trying to push this in our education. For these school-age children. You see what's going on as young as kindergarten age. This is what they want.
That's why I ran for local school board. All right, all my kids are already grown. I ran for local school board so that I could stop that crap, and we did.
Considering reassignment surgery for little ones, surgery for little ones. Like this is not going to stop until we see what it really is, which is the whole grooming thing. Targeting little kids. I don't know if I can say the word, but
I'm fine
Meadow, it rhymes with.
It's God's channel. Who cares? Go for it.
I know. No one's watching.
It's not like 100 people, right?
Yeah, we got around 100. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you subscribe.
This is it's like I always say, if it's just one person, one person can bring it back to their families, and who knows? You know what I mean? So the influence is always going to be there, man. Don't underestimate that.
Let me ask this question. I'll ask Culture. Culture, you have a trans person playing a woman's role,
right?
If an actor had enough balls, yeah, I'm glad you caught that. If an actor had enough balls, could they come out and say, "Well, you are playing a female role"?
Yeah,
you're taking away from straight white females.
You're taking a role of a biological female.
Yeah,
or
would it take like a trans that identifies as a woman?
Trump's a straight white female.
Well, this is my question. If a trans person identifies as a woman but plays a male role, that's the only time maybe you could come out. I'm so fucking confused.
No. The way the culture has been spun now, it's impossible. No one can come out and say that a biological dude who's decided to transition into a woman playing a female character, that you can't in this day and age, you cannot come out and say that's ridiculous.
Well, look, I do think
without
if you're in the
world
industry
blowing up around you.
Well,
Ryan can't come out and say that the two black characters in Batman were like, it was a bit and without the world blowing up.
Yeah,
This is the culture that has been designed by these fucking retards out there, and the pendulum might swing. It might be swinging. I don't know, but it's very hard to see that pendulum swing at all when you've got constant shit coming from Disney, and they're doubling down now with all the shit that they've just come out with.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Kids are kids.
Children.
Kids have their imaginations. They don't care about fucking anything other than fucking, I hurt my fucking leg on the fucking rock. Because I was pretending to be Princess Leia and he's a dude. I fucking let the kid be a fucking kid.
Yeah,
it's so pathetic.
Mark, I want you to, or Ryan, I want you to speak on that, because
I was just gonna say that, like, children, if you've never been around children, they respond to authority figures, right? Mm-hmm. So if all of a sudden you tell your 4-year-old child that what is normal and what you're supposed to do is every day at 8 o'clock at night, you stand upside down on the top of your head and lean up against the wall and hold yourself there for 30 minutes. That's what they will think is normal, and that's what they will do, right?
If you do that every day, you won't go to hell.
Exactly.
They will believe that.
If you tell them that that's normal, what do you mean you don't do that? You know, there's something wrong with you. That's what they will do. In the same way, like that's what all this programming is towards. It's to normalize all this stuff. It's to encourage them that this is the way you need to be. This is the way you should be. And that's the problem. And that's why these types of things shouldn't be targeted towards children of that age.
You're not wrong. I saw this comment.
Tell me that the Supreme Court justice pick wasn't coordinated with this crap.
I just think there's a lot of people like that out there, personally.
Well,
I think they're in government. I think the reason Epstein's dead and all that kind of stuff is because it's all the people in power.
Demonetization.
Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
It's all right. I just saw a comment the other day going off of what Ryan just said, where a teacher of supposed fourth graders said that over 50% of her class now identifies as LGBTQ. And I'm just like, what the other ever-loving fuck?
Listen, there was a senator here in Australia. There was a senator here in Australia who presented in front of the House, I think, of Representatives. I don't exactly know where he was. It was in Parliament or something. And he's reading a letter that was sent to him by a mother where her 10-year-old daughter got sent home with homework saying, speak to your father about his erections and ejaculations.
What?
10 years old.
That's what kills me. Like, they're trying to sexualize.
I could find the video if you want to see it.
I just came in at ejaculation.
Please do.
And there was the point I wanted to make before is, look, I've got nothing against a trans actor playing a female character. That's not what my point is. My point is yes, everything you guys were just saying. Disney is pushing this agenda. They've been busted. They're not the only ones, but they were the only ones who spoke up on this bill. Right. Mm-hmm. And they pushed Chapek to do that. And now they've had protests ever since. And we're talking about a lot more than just one employee walking out in Florida, too.
And they're having massive issues. But they've been having them for a while because, again, as I've said now on multiple shows over the last couple of weeks, my friends are leaving the company. They're quitting. They're out of there.
Well, and to answer kind of Scott's question about are things swinging or are they not? Or Ryan, I think, actually said it. Sorry. About are things swinging the one way or are they not? I think that we're starting to see a little bit of a change. First, it kind of got kicked off with Will Smith, right? Mm-hmm. You got a lot of people right off the bat going, yeah, Chris deserved that because of he was saying nasty things like a certain president did for years on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they started to realize, oh shit, Will technically broke the law, so they changed their tune really fucking quick. Right? So that was one thing that we had happen. So they're starting to eat their own in that respect. And then you had this thing with Disney. And like you said, not only did they double down, this shit got leaked out.
Yes.
Right? And it got leaked out and it had a response that it was like, okay, we have put up with this shit. We put up with the mostly peaceful protests. We put up with all the other nonsense. We put up with the bio, the pronouns in the bios. But like you guys have been saying here the last few minutes, and this is what we all have noticed, is once you get to the kids, that's it. We're done. We cannot fucking do this anymore. We've put up with too much shit. We've let it go too far. Tolerance and acceptance is one thing, but you guys are right. This has become indoctrination and grooming. I don't care. I'll use the fucking term. And these fuckers are terrorists. I'll use another term right there because that's what they do. They use terroristic tactics to get people to do and think the way they think and want them to. And that's exactly what we're seeing happening. Right. And hopefully they're starting to be exposed.
Let me ask, because Raging pulled up a thing. Rhino whooped something up in the bottom there. This is relevant to this discussion.
This is that guy.
This is what I was talking about.
Wow.
You got to hear this. It's just called Beyond Belief. And this was just it was like a week ago.
I wish to raise a matter this afternoon for the attention of the Minister for Education, and I have to say it is not often in this job. I am absolutely shocked. I thought I'd seen everything, but this one is just beyond words.
I don't like his tie.
It is a note from a constituent who says, "Hi Bernie, this is a worksheet that my 10-year-old daughter brought home from school, and it includes a photo of the worksheet. Part of her homework was to discuss with her father his erections and ejaculation.
What the hell, man?
I find this very disturbing and sickening, as indeed do I have to say. I have complained to the school and was told it was just part of the curriculum. Can you advise who else I should make a complaint to? Well, I could go on for days who she could complain to. My daughter still plays with dolls and writes letters to the Tooth Fairy. There is no way any little girl should be told to ask these questions. Well, so say all of us. What the hell is going on in this state when 10-year-old girls are told to go home and talk to your father about his erections and about his ejaculations? What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that's...
How the hell are we supposed to protect our kids when this sort of perversion is in our schools?
Well, that's the whole thing.
Being dished up to them on a daily basis in a primary school, not even a secondary school, a primary school. This is
in Australia, right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's staggering.
Yeah, pause it for a second. Yeah, go.
It's crazy to me how much of American politics has leaked into Australia.
No, it's not us, dude. You're okay.
So quickly.
I blame Canada.
I don't care whether it's you or not. That's where it originates.
No, Canada.
This whole fucking thing has originated there.
It originates in a whole other country, bro. They have two groups of people that basically are controlling everything through money and influence. And all of the bullshit that they have on some of these very powerful people, manipulating the world into the very shit existence.
No, Canada.
I can tell you now, China
This
ain't doing
new, man.
this
This
shit.
has been going on forever.
Russia ain't doing this shit.
Take a breath, everybody.
Well, we can trace it back.
I just want one at a time.
We can trace it back to the French philosophers with postmodernism if you want to get.
Anyways, culture. No, because I agree with culture. It is Canada.
I don't think it comes from Canada. I think that Canada is influenced quicker than we are.
Yes, they are.
Because of their people, because of the people there, and because of the attitudes of the people there.
Yeah, they're already so much socialized.
So and I think there's more resistance to it here just because of our culture and everything. So it doesn't come from them.
We are the fuck you. We are the fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. That's us, man. We are rugged, spirited Americans. We became really pissed off at the English over some fucking taxes and some other things that were going on and said, get the fuck out of here. And then we fought a war about it. And then, of course, we had foreign support because they wanted to destabilize England. But we don't need to go into a history lesson.
We didn't need them, but yeah, it was good to have them.
Right, but here's where it's coming from, dude. There are 3 initials you need to know, and Southern Belle just named one of the people.
Yes, exactly.
W-E-F.
What I'm trying to get at is that the culture changes and the culture swings are generated through Hollywood. They're generated through the big American politics and all of this kind of thing. That's where it sort of starts to get pushed. Like for me as an Australian, I don't give a fuck that they portray Tusken Raiders in Star Wars like Native Americans. I don't care.
Right.
I don't want to see that because that's not what they were supposed to be, but I don't give a fuck. You're talking about Native American. I'm an Australian. I don't fucking give a shit about that shit.
Yeah.
So
just pretend they're Aborigines.
I was just about to say the same thing, man.
I don't care. I don't care about the fucking Aborigines either.
How many decades has it been since Hollywood was actually American? Okay.
Say that one more time.
Sorry, Toxic.
How many decades has it been since Hollywood was actually American?
Long time.
Maybe the 60s.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had financial influence start. Yeah, we had financial.
We had a lot of gung ho USA shit in the 80s. You had Chuck Norris, Sylvester Stallone, Ring, all that shit. Yeah.
And then
even Schwarzenegger was gung ho USA.
And then when the 90s rolled around, a lot of foreign influence rolled in via finance. Finance is where all of this shit started.
Yep.
And so you had outside foreign interests that were bringing money into the country. They wanted to produce projects, but there were certain lines that they would draw. And then it just got more exacerbated from there until we were at a point where we were bending the knee to China on every fucking thing that went out. Of course, China, the only reason they come and steal your shit is so that they can take it to their own country to make it themselves. So Hollywood was stupid, and and particularly Disney, because they go over to China, teach them how to Hollywood, and then they say, you know what, fuck you, and then they promote their films and they promote their industry. You know, it's all done through this manipulation of culture. So you're not wrong, Rhino. It's just that it's not just our country. Your country's influenced by culture, its own culture. Believe me, I've seen it. I've seen y'all's commercials.
Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, like
that's
you didn't
not what I was talking
try
about.
to push him on us.
But the point being is, all you have to do is influence certain things in certain directions for a period of time. And these motherfuckers are snakes.
Yes, they are.
Right? I mean, Klaus has been planning this shit for a long fucking time. He and George. Do you know who's? I can't talk about this politics stuff. I
just want to bring it back. It just comes back to the grooming thing. I find it absolutely disgusting that like a company like Disney that's supposed to be all for family and all of this kind of thing, and they're supposed to be doing, children's entertainment and family entertainment and that sort of thing, and they're all for this. Like, you can't actually even think for a second. Think about what you're actually asking through to conclusion, to a point where it's like, hang on a second. No, what I'm actually asking for is really wrong.
Well, the thing
is what I should be doing is this.
Dude, this is like a biblical story of like how you get to Sodom and Gomorrah, dude. Like, you literally sell your soul so you could be famous. I am willing to give up my morals, my beliefs, everything I was taught just so I could be famous. We have given power, too much power, to actors. Before recent century, actors were like, they were actually as low can be. They were a joke. They meant nothing.
No, dude. When Mel Gibson was Mel Gibson,
I'm talking 100 years.
And we're not like, obviously he's been to Cancel Town how many times? Mm-hmm. But like
3, I think.
Like the thing with Mel Gibson is like, when he was in his prime, like doing things like Lethal Weapon and stuff like that, he was a sought after actor. They wanted to cast Mel Gibson in a lot of things, and then all of a sudden, just because 10 years ago or whatever, he said something or he did something or he beat a woman or
he said some shit.
Yeah. All of a sudden, nobody wants to work with him. Well, I
know. I hear you. He's coming out in a movie this week with Mark Wahlberg.
He's the comeback kid. He is definitely the Rocky of movie stars, but we cannot excuse some of the shit that he has said.
No.
Regardless
that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be allowed to work.
Mel.
Yeah, he made the mistake of making some very anti-Semitic comments in a town that is basically ran by Jews. That's not a good thing to do.
Real quick, I just wanted to respond to Scott. Scott, John Wilkes Booth was a very famous actor. He was one of the most famous actors at the time.
His brother
was.
Not him, his brother. His brother was very famous.
John Wilkes Booth was a very famous
He was famous,
actor.
but not as famous as his brother.
But that even goes further to prove prove against your own
I'm not
point.
saying they weren't famous. They weren't treated like I needed to understand their knowledge. They're the end all be all of what society should be. They may have been famous, but they didn't have the reach that they have today.
Right. Yeah, but nobody,
except for with a little shooter.
But nobody did really because of the era. You didn't know everyone's, because all you could get was what was in an interview in a newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. And then if you got lucky, maybe you caught like a radio interview while it was airing. That was it.
Right.
So it's just
Outlaws were basically like the rock stars and actors of the era. Exactly what Ryan's saying, because they were in every newspaper. Because television, people forget, television wasn't even a thing until the 1950s, really. It existed, but like they barely could do broadcasts then.
Drink your Ovaltine?
And it slowly rolled out. It wasn't like everybody had a TV like that. Right. It took a long time. A TV was a major person.
Even movies were regional at first.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you had some films that never made it across the country.
Well, so even after the TVs came out, it's still cable wasn't a thing. I had satellite, I guess, when I was by the time I was like a sophomore. No. Oh, yeah,
the actor, the actual actor that we know of now as the movie star did not really exist until the latter part of the 20th century.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Somebody who is making his own IPs and has a great channel is trying to hit 500, and we have 124 people in the chat right now. Thank you guys. Please hit like and subscribe to my channel, but also subscribe to everybody else's. Storyman Jack is at like 4 something. We want to get him to 500 subscribers. If we could do that tonight, that would be awesome. The answer is to make our own culture, promote good storytelling with entertaining while entertaining the audience. The point not a message, but is going to take people like us. make our own IPs. What he's trying to say is write your own shit and make it good. Because the agenda needs to, like, I understand a writer always has an agenda to what they're trying to do with their storytelling, but now the agenda is all that matters. What are we trying to get across to these people? You know, trans lives matter. Well, okay, insert a story there. It doesn't matter. Just fill it in. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's that
sick of that.
it's that external MacGuffin, which is the agenda, the message that is driving the story forward, and it is ruining the story. Yep. But I agree. Like, I love seeing what they're doing over at Daily Wire with their razors and their cartoons. And here at Mad Barber Entertainment, I got my first script that was sent in to me. We're gonna start making our own stuff too. I had to print it out because I don't know how to use Google Notes or Notes. Is that it?
And if their agenda was so healthy, then why are our kids doing so bad? You know, why are they so depressed?
Why is the culture so bad?
Well, because going back to what Ryan
doctors
said,
writing out all these prescriptions every day.
Well, like going back to what
they're
Ryan
hurting
said,
the kids. They're hurting the kids. You know, because, and this is the reason why I do have a problem with a transgender taking the role of a woman, because you know, because these kids, they always have a phone in their hands. They can look these things up. You know, they can see that this person was born a man, and maybe you don't get a chance to explain it to them. You know, because kids, they're trying to figure this thing out. Their minds are always going. They're always wondering why. And they're trying to explain it to themselves. And sometimes the way they're explaining it to themselves is not the healthiest thing in the world. Yep. You know, if we're not there to help them. But we can't see everything that they're seeing. And this is coming at them at such a pace these days.
As soon as it starts trending, Mark, it's at the top of their feeds, just like everybody else.
Yeah, self-harm is like going crazy, you know, with these kids these days, you know. They're very young.
This is the other end of the pendulum.
What, Toxic?
Right. This was the other end of the pendulum. So when I was growing up back in the black and white days, right, of film, there was absolutely no talk about sex at all.
Yeah.
Right. My baby picture was a black and white picture, so Sporking kissed my ass. So anyway,
you didn't even have porn in your woods. That's how old
no,
it was.
I mean, when I was looking at Penthouse, they were still had these unshaven giant bushes that took up half their legs. It was awful. It was back in those days.
Ankle, baby.
Horrible.
Going down her thigh.
But there was no talk about that or anything. And I grew up in a state that had the highest teen pregnancy rate, right? And because they didn't talk about it, nobody knew. And it was amazing the stuff that you made up, right? Okay, well, if you do this and you do this, the girl's not going to get pregnant or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And and it's not true. I can tell you, I have a 32-year-old. It's not true.
Well, the science is still out.
Right. The science is still on it. So I'm not a biologist, but I know how to make a woman pregnant.
Yeah.
And
can you define
over time, right. She's a woman, I still think. All right, I'll go check later.
Yeah,
yeah, I'll tell that. She's redheaded, Irish, and short. If I do anything to cross her,
they're going to cancel her real quick.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm dead. But I've seen it over the years as they started to teach it. It was a good thing. You're talking about health, things you want to learn, and all of that. And it's now gone so far over to the other side, right? And you need to find that balance, right? So when the pendulum comes back the other way, and it's going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight to make sure that we don't go back to where it was before, where we can't talk about anything. Dipper Gore, banning books, all this other stuff. Yeah. Right? You've got to find that middle ground.
Nancy
you're trying to balance with cross dressers, dude. I can't find a balance there.
I'm with you.
Don't
well, no,
that's not.
I'm saying that I'm with you, Mark. That's all the way to the other side.
But we shouldn't be Puritans. We need to not allow it to swing so
There's
far.
There's got to be talk about that. Mark is a good father. He will talk to his kids about that in that time, right?
And that's our job as parents.
And that's our job as parents. So when this pendulum swings, the parents have to do it. And my kids will be parents, hopefully, in that time. And I've taught them. You teach these kids. You keep an open mind.
Yep.
I taught my kids about this when they asked, because I didn't want them to have the same road that I had.
And what's scary, too, is the idea, like Disney has been always like one of those moral storytellers, you know, if they didn't go with a moral route that was so obvious, at least was kid friendly. Now we want to tell, like, my kids are young. Okay. My kids are under the age of 8, 8 and under. I could never imagine even looking at my 8-year-old, who I feel like is very mature for her age, and explaining the idea of genders and the people.
Imagine having to explain your erections and your ejaculations.
Well, see, that is to break down the father figure. That's the idea. You don't want the father figure in the household. Well, let's demoralize him a little bit and talk about his erections. And so, you know, because I'm sorry, dad ain't going to talk to you about boners. Okay. Nope. That's never going to happen. And parents, when we said it before, and we'll say it again, when you come after parents, that's why the governor of Virginia lost. When you try to come after parents and come after their kids and say, we don't have a right to tell our kids what they're allowed to teach in schools, you're going to lose. And that's what it takes. But Toxic Man Flu says he blames the Chicago Cubs for $5. The one that World Series, it's been Shitsville ever since. Yeah,
well, I'll be real. If that's like the sacrifice that was necessary to get the curse off the Cubs back, I'm totally down for it. Let the world fucking burn. I will never forget that night. Game 7, baby. Fuck the rest of the world. I don't
There's somebody on the panel that might have been
nothing
there.
on those 4 days in October, baby.
I got a quick story to tell you before we get into this.
Yeah.
Ryan,
what?
I hear this little thing that you've got a problem with your order of food being correct.
Yeah, I was supposed to ask you about.
I honestly think it's got something to do with our name. It's got something to do with the name Ryan, because I'm exactly the same.
I thought it was
and I have to
Rhino.
tell you, the other day,
I'm so confused.
everyone calls me Rhino because it's Ryan. Anyway, the other day I went to McDonald's. I get myself a Big Mac. I asked for no onion on the Big Mac, please, but an extra slice of cheese.
Oh, you
I pay the additional 40 or 50 cents for the slice of cheese. I get my own food. I get back home. I sit down to eat it, have a couple of chips, open up my burger. They have removed all the cheese.
Those bastards.
I really thought it was going to be worse
for
than
an
that.
extra slice of fucking cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I paid for you to remove cheese.
But
yeah, that's
no, it's not just the name. It happens to everybody. It's because they ain't got nothing but piece of shit workers anymore.
I will say I feel like disproportionately my order gets fucked up. Like it just is what it is. People are with me. Jay was with me. They fucked my order up. Jeremy went to McDonald's. They just fucked my order up. It's just me that gets fucked for some reason.
Everybody else is okay. Everybody else's is okay. They got theirs perfectly fine.
If you go too far away from what they think, like if they have a number one, if you go too far away from that number one, they're gonna fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
And onions seems to be a big deal because
It always is. I always
onions.
ask. Same here, dude.
Yeah.
And they always like put on extra. I think they're just dicks. And the worst part about it is like these are kids making more money than people in healthcare positions.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind. Like,
well, the
15,
decent people left
bucks.
the industry because they were sitting at home making more money. That's why.
Yeah.
So whenever I use whichever one, DoorDash or Uber Eats, whichever one is appropriate now for conservatives to use. I don't know which one got canceled, but anyway, whenever I order from them, I get in the habit of ordering something extra. Like if I like a Cheesecake Factory, right? I'll get a burger and I'll have it my way, but I'll make sure to get a pizza just in case they fuck up my burger. You know what I mean?
True. No, that's a good decision.
And if they don't fuck it up, then I can put it in the fridge and have it the next day.
Anyway,
So I don't eat bacon. They put bacon on just about everything that I order. They'll put bacon in my drink. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
where can I go to find that place?
I know. I want that.
I had to tell that story because as soon as I opened up my burger, I was like, I thought of Ryan. I was
Dude,
like, oh my God.
Ryan, I got a whole collection of pictures between my two phones of fuck up orders. And one that was the most greatest one of all is where they actually got the buns all flipped around on a Big Mac. It's like, how hard is your fucking job? Yeah, they had the inside bun on the bottom.
Yeah. Have you seen, there's like a post that went viral because it's some guy that like tagged Domino's Pizza. And he's like, Domino's, what the fuck? I ordered pizza. You guys just gave me bread. And it's literally just bread. And Domino's responds like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. What were you at? And he's like, oh, never mind. I opened the box upside down. Like,
oh shit.
Just some dude who was like high as fuck or something. You know what I mean?
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I've done that too, man. Like I've tried to get my money back because like I would order from DoorDash, whichever one's appropriate, and I'll be like, man, they're missing our stuff, right? And I'm on the phone trying to go through the whole automated thing, and they're like, okay, hey, no problem, calm down. And then my girlfriend's like, yeah, it's right here, it's underneath the napkins in the bag, whatever.
You should really look harder.
Well, I got KFC. I ordered a zinger burger, and they send me some nacho burger. It's got like nachos and shit in it.
KFC as in Kentucky Fried Chicken?
The Splooge burger?
You get burgers in there?
You got a nacho burger.
Sperm burger? What?
I thought they just have chicken.
Feels like
chicken burgers.
Oh, you call something that's other than beef burger? Okay, you're Australian.
Okay,
that's fine.
Okay.
Why does it have nachos?
Why? What do you call like
a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, chicken sandwich. Number one from Chick-fil-A. No pickles.
Because it's in a burger bun. It's in a burger bun. It's not like a sandwich is bread. Just
stop, Rhino.
Buns are bread.
So wait a minute. So what if you put like some chicks like breast in I'm just saying.
A zinger? Is that
Moving
what
on?
Wow, that was a great start, Culture. I'm glad you didn't finish
it.
That
didn't finish it all.
So
did anybody else see what Amber Heard said on Instagram?
I bet it was crazy.
Today?
No. Yeah. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna hit a pause button, I think, or something similar.
Here, I'll fucking read it.
Is it this?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna Google. What the fuck is a nacho?
Is it this one?
Yeah, you got it. Probably.
All right, read it though. Read it. I just want to show pictures.
Okay, I'm going to go offline for the next several weeks. As you may know, I'll be in Virginia, where I face my ex-husband, Johnny Depp, in court. Johnny is suing me for an op-ed that I wrote in the Washington Post, in which I recounted my experience and my truth of violence and domestic abuse.
No,
I never named him. Rather, I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power. I continue to pay that price, but hopefully when this case concludes, I can move on and so can Johnny. I have always maintained a love for Johnny, and it brings me to great pain to live out the details of our past life together in front of the world. And then she had more shit.
You can finish it. You can do it, girl.
Point of personal privilege, though.
Yes.
In order to write that op-ed, and she consulted the ACLU, and they actually wrote it for her.
Are you serious?
I'm just saying, based on allegations. So that's probably the best way to say that.
Can you share my screen? Because I have questions.
Well, and I will in a second, but my question is this. Why Johnny Depp gets fired from the Dumbledore story, but Ezra, all the shit he's done, he's still in the shit.
Because he's base, man. You didn't hear all that stuff about his guns and shit?
It is, but what the hell is that?
So,
no,
Ryan,
that's not it. This is it. What is that?
That is the nacho.
No,
from an article about it.
What the fuck is that?
That is the nacho.
I kind of want
chicken burger from Australia.
Share my screen. That's the nacho chicken burger.
Ooh, look at that.
Is that two chicken patties?
Does this exist?
Is that
that is 15 minutes of joy followed by 45 minutes on the toilet.
Oh, just so much agita. I want it.
Yeah, with one piece of chicken or two. But I just wanted a simple old fucking zinger burger.
What's the red and the blue ones?
The red and
probably something from China.
Bottom to the left. What the hell is that?
It says Australia.
I like the red one. Really? The blue one doesn't look good.
No, I'm staying away from it.
The red one looks like it's just spicy or something. You know what I mean? So it doesn't it doesn't look super unnatural.
Right, but the blue one
looks a lot worse there.
The blue one looks like mold.
State of origin.
By the way, this is why I bring MREs whenever I go to some foreign country.
The blues versus the reds, like it's a rugby thing.
Oh,
okay. I thought maybe it was China because they did those black burgers at one time that turned everybody's
what?
Black burgers. They had black buns on them. Look it up for like one of the Batman movies.
It's true. This is a true story. Not good.
That's the splooge burger.
It turned everybody's poop green.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm listening again.
Let's stop looking at food.
Yeah, that looks good.
Hungry.
That looked good.
Yeah, you're mean.
I want to go back to that Disney article because Disney is fucking crazy right now.
Yeah, there's Disney shit.
Yeah, they really are losing their shit. So we love bounding into comics. Sorry about that. More Disney rot exposed company.
What'd you do?
The sensitivity of my mouse. It's so sensitive. More
I meant
Disney.
the cops were coming.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's not at my house.
It's not mine.
Okay. It's at mine.
They're coming up to Scott because his channel's been full of misinformation this stream. So,
I know. I'm kind of shocked we're still up. I'm shocked we're still up. More Disney Rod exposed. Company uses benefits program for gender affirmation procedures to assist their employees and children to transition.
Makes me sick.
This is by John F. Trent. Another set of, okay, so there's more videos, I guess, from Disney's Reimagine Tomorrow conference. Call exposed just how rotten Disney's core truly is, as an employee reveals the company is actually using its benefits program for gender affirmation. Am I saying the right procedures?
Basically, my understanding, without having read this, was that this would be like health insurance, like that kind of stuff.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So their health insurance is paying for kids to get affirmation surgery.
Get things switched around and stuff. Yeah.
Well,
that happens in the military right now as well. If you didn't know that, your taxpayer dollars are going to, mentally challenged people, people that have mental problems that want to change genders. And then not only do they get to go through the transition surgery, but they basically get to not work for like 12 months, something like that.
Yeah.
So depending on how long it takes them to pass a psych eval.
I can't afford to take my kids to the dentist, but I'm glad they got their tits.
Even after that, they'll be on a permanent profile where they won't even have to do PT at any reasonable level.
And they still haven't even, I guess I don't know. They didn't really have everything worked out and finalized when I left, but we still didn't know like how long it would be after you transition before you switch over to the other genders PT requirements, like your physical requirements to pass your test, because it's different for men and women, because men and women are different.
But I thought we were equal, Ryan.
But also on top of that, the uniform stuff as well. Like there's this one of those not workshops or whatever that the NCOs have to take, and it was talking about what do you do when a soldier who identifies as this comes to you but is dressed as the other regulation for, you know what I mean?
Let's propose a trans tax. Anybody who's trans has to pay an extra tax for this shit. Because
I actually think you're getting a tax break. Isn't there a tax break?
I think I'm 100% behind what Tom just suggested. In fact, I think it's time to make laws for this. There needs to be compensatory issues.
But culture, the problem with that, though, is they don't have money to pay the tax.
Yeah,
well, then
I just want to know, how do we have an age of consent? That whole concept.
That's what I'm asking.
But you can have children do this without thinking there might be a slight chance that maybe they might rethink this later on in life, but you already did it to them. There's no going back.
Is that not an issue? Because this is their way of changing the age of consent.
But wait, but let me say this. Okay, first of all,
this is their way of dwindling their way in to basically go, hang on a second, kids can make these decisions earlier.
You're right, Rhino, but at the same time, there are states in the United States that are putting laws together to stop this. And they're the same states that are working on the education laws that are very similar to Florida. Some of them way more stringent, right?
Are they the same states, culture, where California doesn't want you traveling there anymore?
Yes, yeah. Let me tell you, the list of you can't get official travel from the state of California to these other states, that list is going to grow like an MFR.
Isn't that unconstitutional?
There are 9. Well, no, they just have to live within their own state constitution.
Yeah.
No, the idea that they won't let you travel to those.
No, you can travel to those states. Okay. It's official travel. See, that's the problem. Most people don't read the, beyond the headline.
I never do. Thanks.
But no, I'm not
calling
you out. I'm just saying is like, because you misunderstand, because news isn't presented the way it used to be. Right. This is the fact of what we're about to tell you. That used to be the headline. That is not how that shit works anymore. But anyway, so there are a growing number of states that are putting these education bills in place right now, many of them. And then there's a growing list of states that are starting to essentially not make this a possibility. In fact, you can actually get in trouble and go to jail if you contribute to this type of behavior with prescribing drugs or doing this. Right. This bullshit terminology rename that they're doing called gender affirmation bologna sausage or some shit. So,
affirmation. I feel like they wake up in the morning and they're like, I'm going to be good today and I'm strong enough and people are going to like me.
They're stealing it from churches because and they're stealing it from that concept. because again, it is their religion, the religion of the woke. But the problem is, it doesn't serve them, and it's ultimately cooked up in order to support a different power dynamic that's supposed to support the powerful people. Because again, you're this all comes down. It's not that hard. It all comes down from like a few places that are all in cahoots with each other and have been for a very long time.
Well, just for the record, since 2011, hormone therapy and gender reassignment surgery has been tax deductible.
Oh my God!
And now,
so we're paying for it.
And here's the thing: we need to start charging for it.
Yes.
I'm serious. There needs to be a tax because you are now causing the public to change for you.
Right.
But
well, do you know in the state of, in certain states, like the one I live in, they'll actually pay for a prisoner to get it done. They'll actually pay for the not even somebody in the armed forces, but somebody in prison. And most of the time, those dudes will do it so they can go to a female prison and do horrible things to those women. Real quick, before I go to you, Mad, we have 127 people in the chat and almost 125 likes. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and everybody else's, and monopolize Ryan being on the panel. Thank you. Mad, what were you going to say?
What were y'all talking about right before then? I got distracted.
You're really quick.
Well, since he's distracted, I got a video here that kind of
I remember.
sums a lot of this stuff up.
So the problem with doing this whole tax thing on them is that if you look at the majority of the people that are suffering or think they're suffering from, I don't want to get into terms, but you know the terms,
right?
There a lot of them are homeless. A lot of them are somewhere on the spectrum for autism, Asperger's, what have you.
Yes.
So. Well, I don't know what type of money you think you're going to get from them. It won't be much.
No,
let's just largely ignore the fact that most of them have had some type of, a
abuse.
Sexual assault earlier in their life. Exactly. Like there's all kinds of other things that stem from this. Like
before you play this, Tom, this is what makes me sick. Yeah. What makes me sick is doctors who are now bending the knee when they were the ones who are supposed to take an oath to protect people, to keep them healthy.
And if they did, they get canceled. That's the problem.
Right. Just because they're worried about losing. And I understand that they're losing their ability to practice medicine. That is sick. That is sick that a small group of people can even make doctors bend the knee and do surgeries they know are just not right.
Well, and I'm glad I come across this today because this individual here is expressing a lot of the opinions that I hear from my friends in the LGBT community.
Oh, me too.
Obviously you've seen this video, so you know what I'm about to play here. So
yeah, please play it.
Yeah, let me see, make sure the volume's up. Yeah, this guy makes all the points we're kind of just talking about with Disney and kids and all that stuff. So here we go.
I feel like this needs to be said. We need to talk about the toxicity of the LGBT community. Number one, you have people who are called MAPs or minor attracted people trying to join our community. No, you may not. And if you feel bad about that, good, because you should be ostracized. Yeah. You need to talk about little kids being invited to drag shows and allowed to be danced on stage. That should not happen, and you should not have adults throwing money at them. In the LGBT community, we talk a lot about sexual expression and our gender identity, and young kids don't need to be around that because we generally talk about sexual relations or discussions. Gay people need to stop telling everyone that they're gay because no one really cares that much. That's important. It makes you normal now. If you refuse to actually read 7 pages of legislation but continue parroting whatever the gay headlines are telling you to parrot, then you're not actually helping the LGBT community, you're making it worse. When are we going to talk about this?
I like this guy.
I love this guy, yeah.
Oh my God, what's his channel again?
I wish I knew it's
TikTok.
Yeah, it was from TikTok. GA.
I'm kind of a big deal over there, guys.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I know. You're probably going to get another account deleted.
Yeah, it'll be my 4th. I almost hit 10,000. I almost hit 10,000.
Yeah, all the shit he is saying is stuff I've heard from all the people I know in my personal life that are in the community, right? It's all the stuff.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. And this it's a lot of, I'm 46, so it's an older generation. They were just happy to be considered equals.
Accepted. Yes, exactly.
Accepted as who they are. They didn't, this idea that like you have to throw out your sexuality to everyone. Like I don't bust in a room and like, I am hetero. Just needed you all to know that. Like they find it very demeaning that the gay community now is this flag people way to get their political ideologies passed, and they're sick. This sick idea of making Fredos a part of a community so they can abuse children. I'll speak. I don't care if YouTube strikes me down or not. I will always speak out against that.
Well, I heard a lot of people say the same thing about the trans community, and it wasn't for the same reasons. Obviously, it was for different reasons. The reasons is that they feel like a lot of these people, as we just said, have mental issues that need to be dealt with first before all this other stuff, right? Like that's the thing. There are plenty of mentally stable people in the community. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people who are being ignored, like you guys are pointing out right now, and allowing to just continually to go down this path of, you know, being mentally insane, and people just enabling it really is what is happening. And the worst part, like you guys said, is it's the doctors that are worst part of the whole thing, because they're definitely afraid to say anything or they're going to get canceled. So yeah.
Yep.
That video is what we need more of.
Yes.
You know, you need to see more people in the LGBTQ community to speak up to say, look, they don't speak for us. You know, just like in the Black community, you need more people to speak up and say all of these SJWs who are pushing for Black Superman and all that bullshit. It's like, we didn't ask for that. You know, we did not. That's what I've been making videos for all of these years, because I wanted to put my voice out there just a little bit louder to say, I don't like what Star Wars did with Finn. You know, you're not doing me any favors, you know, by having him be a janitor, you know, a glorified runaway slave. You know, that's not helping the image at all. You know, so you need that. You need more women to speak up and say, listen, we do have a problem competing against transgenders, you know, and that's what they ignore. You know, they want to focus more on the so-called angry. They want to focus more on the so-called angry white guy. That's the low-hanging fruit for them.
Yep.
You know, but they have not had one answer for people like me who speak up, because they're speaking for me. What does Joe Biden say? You're not Black if you don't vote for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess I haven't been Black for a long time, you know, you know, by his definition, and I never will be, according to that.
But he's not a biologist.
Hey, by the way, I'm just going to let you know now, there's a lot of benefits to being white. I'm just putting that out there. You may not know this. You're on the right team now.
Where do I get that card?
You don't, Tom.
Wow, you would.
What? I'm Black adjacent.
There,
I can say that.
I can't remember where I heard this. I think it was on Open Airlock stream. But there was a lesbian woman that came out saying that the trans movement or community or whatever is destroying lesbians, basically.
Yes.
Like she was talking as from a point of view of when she was a kid, she was a tomboy, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She liked macking around with the boys, playing the boys' sports, all of that sort of thing. And that, like, I had a cousin that was very much the same. She loved playing footy, all of that sort of thing, right? Now, what kids are being taught now that are tomboys is that they're trans, right? They're not a woman, right? That just likes other women. They are now a woman trapped in a man's body, or vice versa, right?
Rhino.
They're destroying the whole concept of a person actually being gay or being lesbian. And it's quite simple, right? You've got men and women, and you've got gay and lesbian. It's simple.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing, dude, is that this is being stripped away from not just lesbians but gay men as well.
Well, that brought me to my point the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, who talks about this at length is Melanie Mack. If you pay attention to her, you know, she's gotten more opinionated outside of the gaming structure, right? She talks about being a tomboy. She was a tomboy, right? And believe me, I knew many tomboys growing up, right? They were my best friends. I loved them.
You were
all.
a tomboy.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, you were.
And only one of them turned out to be lesbian. All the other ones ended up in happy, amazing marriages with kids and the whole 9 yards. You know, and when you look at that, you are 100% right. They are trying to convert people. There's Grant. You're trying to convert people from being, you know, tomboys into a sexual identity of trans. And that is messed up.
Well, the other side of that too is what we were talking about the other day. I don't remember if you were there, Culture, or not, but like somebody had brought up they were trying to take away the Disney princess moniker.
Yep.
And I'm like, this whole idea is like they're going to continually make everything non-binary to the point where do they not realize they're going to take away the very thing they aspire to be? It's like, dude, what do you think they're trying to be? Most gay men want to be a fucking princess.
Tom,
dumb.
No, Tom, we're getting to a point where like the Heaven's Gate people are like, we're right. Yes, we told you.
I mean,
the trans community want like Rapunzel to actually be like a trans woman.
Yeah,
No.
You know,
Xenu's looking pretty good now, huh, Scott?
that
By the way-
they want. Well, I mean, you look at what they're doing with Snow White. I mean, that's just fucking pathetic, isn't it?
Oh,
like, I mean, that's not even talking
I
about the gender side of things. They just can't do anything right over there at Disney.
Well, think about like
because it's all about the virtue signal.
Yeah, but they burned the set down.
Scott, was that a Xenu action figure you held up?
No, that was actually Wonder Woman, but it was close enough. So...
Real quick, I wanted to get this joke out before it's too late.
Okay, go.
All right, culture. Like, I know this doesn't work, but whenever he was like, I was a tomboy too, I pictured him doing the skip it, skip it, with the skip it ball.
Oh, yeah.
Skip it. Yeah, culture's too old for that, but that's what popped in my head. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Wow, that was great.
Thank you.
Good thing you interrupted for that one.
I did not interrupt. I waited till a spot. I just elbowed my way in like I'm trying to.
This whole fucking every stream. I don't know how he keeps getting on, but he does.
Every stream.
Get the fuck out of here.
Comment then. It was like when they were playing their first round of tabletop, right? Of Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm watching it. And they're fucking going down. They're fucking like it's all going to shit almost.
Yeah, it went
and then
bad.
Steph comes out with her turn, and I love Steph to death, but she comes out with her turn and she decides to use an acid spell against an acid character. And Ryan just goes, all right, let's see how that goes for you.
Have you never fucking played Pokemon before? Don't you realize it won't work?
Well,
that wasn't very effective.
I was working, right? And I wasn't even watching. I had my phone in my pocket and I'm just listening to these guys and just Ryan's comment. I just burst out laughing. The customer even looked at me.
Who's running the game? Who's the GM? Because I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Arudai.
GM, yes, the Gungeon Master.
Yeah.
Well, the game master. I mean, because you're a game master if it doesn't matter what it is that way. That way, whatever it is. But anyway, so
it's like a birthing person. Doesn't matter what it is.
No. So I was going to ask, why did you guys start out with Star Wars role playing game? RPG.
We're gonna move into stuff like that eventually, but I mean D&D is
because
the most
I'll be
popular
happy if you guys want to roll into Star Wars. I can do that. I love Vampire the Masquerade. That's one of my favorites. So yeah, that's
I've never played any of that shit, Ryan.
If they said yes to everybody that's read them,
they don't have to say yes to me.
Can I play with you? They'd have like 150,000.
What our plans are, fairly small and to build the channel as we grow. But yeah, for sure, we're definitely looking for stuff in the future. And go ahead.
I just started playing D&D for the first time with Literature Devil. Ever heard of him?
Wait, you never mentioned this, man. Are you sure?
Oh yeah, man, I'm kicking ass over there, dude. I learned what a weeb is.
I'm sorry, whose channel is it again?
I'm weeb adjacent.
All right, you two stop it. I didn't mean to derail it. I just wanted to say that I thought it was funny. Ryan's reaction to what the fucking thing was happening. Let's move on.
It was funny.
Don't you come back up on my line here. Damn it.
Where the fuck Scott go? He just disappeared in his own damn show.
He disappeared. He said, Ryan, you can take over the show.
He does that all the time.
As long as you destroy it for us.
Well, so we have some great things on the back. We have that uterus and a glass video somewhere back there.
What?
Wait.
Say what now?
Just I've got a link in the private chat here. I've got my bachelor party stream happening just after this. Everyone on the panel's invited. So
nice.
What Ryan?
I was just thinking about uterus and glass.
Real high quality entertainment.
I'm caught up on that.
Oh man! Oh wow! Jack of all casuals sent me something. Did he send it to you, Ryan?
I don't know.
It's a weird fundraiser, bro. It's like, let me see if I can pull that up. There's bananas, dude. Bananas. BANANAS.
He truly is Raging Rhino. Yes, I am.
Yeah, he doesn't let anybody talk.
Yeah.
Who?
I love him for it.
He gets away with it because he has an accent.
Yeah, man, I wish I had an exotic accent like rhinos.
I know what he
I
means.
can talk over the top of anyone. Anyone speaks, I'll just speak over the top. Yeah, no one can hear you.
Brian, I threw it.
I'll get George's back up.
Brian, I threw it in private.
Okay, let me see this.
Yeah. You're gonna dig this, chicken.
The Amidala Initiative. I have heard of this thing before.
What is this?
You were gonna dig that, chicken.
You want me to bring it up?
I don't know.
I don't know if we want to just fucking roast it.
I don't know.
I don't know if we want to roast something like this.
I don't know if we want to put oxygen.
It's a charity thing.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to put oxygen in the room for that. Let me just put it that way.
Basically, like a trans charity. They're basing off Star Wars stuff and
right.
stuff.
Trans?
Don't promote that shit.
I didn't think Amidala was trans.
Trans charity?
Official Star Wars is gay.
What?
Oh yeah,
it is.
It's a fit. What do you mean? It's a fit. We knew that they had the whole kiss in the background of the scene they cut out in China.
Austin, Texas.
Who else is?
I hear the Lego Star Wars movie made it canon that what's his name?
Finn and Poe.
Finn and Poe are
the game.
Thing.
Yeah.
The game did.
Oh.
No, we did that. Yeah, we have that article.
Did it really? I didn't even know.
Do we have it?
Yeah.
What is it called? It's called
Throw
the
it in there.
Skywalker Saga.
No, there's like a name for it. It's like Storm Pilot or
that's one. There's a few.
There's a couple.
It's a shipping name.
It's a shipping name. Yeah,
there's
like
Poe, there's Pofin.
I don't know if you saw this, but you can get a Trapper Wolf helmet now. You can get a Dave Filoni helmet, and Dave Filoni speaks in your head. So you're playing the character, but you hear your own voice in your own phone. It's so
that would make me want to die.
That's terrible.com.
Any way that we can get a hold of Edwin?
No.
Yeah, I miss her.
I got that. I got
Edwin,
it.
Edwin will be here on Wednesday, most likely.
All right. Oh wow, this is a terrible layout. Let's try this. Oh, that wasn't it. Let's do that. No. Okay. All right. There we go.
Mark.
Can you scroll? Because I don't want to see the name Kotaku. That already tells me things are bad.
Sorry. Actually, you know what's funny though? This was Yahoo that
posted
this. Yeah. You want to talk about double the cringe?
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Are you gonna read or am I supposed to read?
Oh yeah. Everybody say thank you to Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga for making Finn Poe canon. Poe Dameron and Finn see more action in a start screen than the entire sequel trilogy. This is by Isaiah.
That part is true.
Look at that. Aww.
You got to start here and you got to do it correct.
He was an X-wing pilot. He was a stormtrooper.
You're doing it wrong. You got to sing it like Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, Skater Boy.
I'm not singing it.
Do it.
Nope. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga did what Disney wouldn't and finally made the Tumblr famous Finn Poe ship canon. For the uninitiated, Finn Poe, also known as Storm Pilot, Star Husbands, General Husbands, and Pin, do better shippers.
This guy reading my article?
Oh,
by the way, some bullshit. Edwin here, everybody. Edwin in the house.
Oh, what a surprise. You didn't change your name again at the bottom.
Shit, I screw that up every time. Speaking of hold on 1 second. The name's Edwin.
By the way, Storm Pilot sounds like it was like next to Goblin and Cyclops, like in the 3-letter organization back in the day.
So where did the white supremacists leave off? I'm not talking about Ryan. I'm talking about the furry one. Where did he leave off?
The furry one. I think although the space husbanditos.
Okay, so whatever. Although the space husbands.
No.
So what? Husbanditos, whatever that is. That's so awesome that they're speaking other languages. Had palpable sexual chemistry whenever they're interacted on screen. It was so hot. Like when they were crashing, I was like, I hope they make love first. Interact on screen. Sadly, their relationship status, as far as Disney was concerned, was best friends turned co-generals. This big brain decision is made all the more tragic in a excuse me, Ryan.
Did they just say big brain?
Big brain. Who doesn't have I want a guy with a big brain.
Where'd Scott go?
Big brains and I cannot lie.
Scott, I am his de facto CEO, Edwin, spelled EDCO. Respect me. And my pronouns are the shit. Okay, the shit.
Oh, you changed them. Yesterday
I can't remember what they were. Shit.
No, it's I think is what it was.
And Mr. Cooler.
Shit, my hair is so messed up. Okay, back to the article. The love. Anyways, the big brain decision is made all more tragic in retrospect after the characters established their love language on the silver screen by sharing Poe's jacket. The actors themselves even shipped the two characters and were unabashed in expressing their disappointment in the relationship not being explored during press junkets for the film Culture Racist Casino.
Real quick, their love language was Poe's jacket. Anybody else have love language of leather?
I'm never lending my jacket to any guy ever again.
Why are we just showing me? God, come on. Oh God, I'm so scared.
It's right here. Instead of confirming,
I could read, white man. Instead of confirming the couple, Disney dashed shippers hope against the jagged rock of Kefper. And what's that? Is that a resort in Malibu? And went the het route. The film abruptly gave Finn a girlfriend. Yuck. Kind of through Kelly Marie Tran's Rose Tico, it hinted at Carrie Russell a little bit better, Felicity. Zora Bliss being Poe's ex-girlfriend. We shouldn't be that surprised with Disney's wishy-washy stance on don't say gay, Bill. And guess Finn Poe, fans should count their lucky stars that their ship wasn't allocated to a 2-second clip of background characters kissing that was cut from the theatrical release in other markets like China. They don't like gays. We can't have anything.
By the way, real quick, do you have your oxygen? You need to take some.
I always have my oxygen ready. 99.5% of oxygen. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, they are. Everybody's getting a bet. Not a
I heard
bestest,
you're
man.
raging.
Why the fuck do you have that?
Why do you have that beard you call a beard?
That beard. Where my beard at?
Look at you, Mr. Blue and Red. Ooh, I love your lighting.
It actually matches my shirt. It looks pretty good, actually. I didn't notice that.
Cubs called. They want their colors back.
They can't have them.
Are we going to move on? Can we
Yeah, man, sorry. I had to go look at the oxygen. I forgot the name of it, man. I was going to order some.
Boost oxygen. Boost mobile.
I just wanted. It's called Boost Oxygen, and it's up to 201 second inhalations, 95% pure,
and 5% cancer.
It's so good for you. So good. I can climb a mountain now, or go get my mail. All right.
Go get your mail.
Next, that wasn't until Lego Wars Force Healed Shippers' hearts. They get it, Force Healed, because Ray defines that. And nourish them with some sweet Finn Poe content. Lego, fucking kick it out of my mouth. Lego Star Wars.
Oh, that's what she said.
I didn't think they had white supremacists in Australia, but
not if you're doing it right. They won't say anything.
Saga comes out of the gate swinging, establishing Finn Poe as canon in its main menu screen. After watching a big intro video at the start, you are greeted with the ensemble cast of Star Wars characters bunched up together on the screen doing various animation and loops. Finn's first action shows him literally jumping from the arms of Rostico, that whore, to stand arm in arm with our man Poe before you start the games proper, proving that subtlety is for cowards. Subtlety is for cowards. Stop correcting me.
Sorry. It's just the same words every time.
God. What else is there? What's the ship names? Weren't we supposed to do shippers?
By the way, I don't know if you know this, and I'm not taking this from anywhere. It's off the top of my head, but you need to breathe 71% nitrogen atmosphere. You can actually get oxygen euphoria, and then dysphoria. Shit, where did that check
Thank
go?
you, Michael Asylums or whatever.
I'm breathing too much
Can we just
oxygen.
get the ship names, please?
Oh, did he say the same thing?
Going off games. Just scroll. I don't want to read this part. It's so boring.
Okay. That was the last part.
Oh, I thought there were ship names or something.
That was at the beginning. You read it already.
Well, then roll it up. I want to read them again. Stop being so masculine. Where are the shippers? Look how pretty they look. They look so happy.
Right here, bro. Or
highlight it for me.
Right here.
Storm.
Though.
See, I didn't start there. Storm Pilot. Awesome. Star Husbands. Not so great. General Husbands. Okay. And Pen, which is my favorite. All right, Scott's back. I got to go. I got to go. Stop, Scott. Get up.
Oh, man. Yeah,
that just happened, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm glad you were here, Ryan. We have now only 109 people watching.
Oh no, what happened?
Please subscribe.
I didn't even really listen to like the article.
Well, you were checking out Edwin.
I fell asleep.
Storm
just
Pilot,
like
they're gay.
Yeah, it was just the I don't know, your dulcet tones just definitely lulled me into not wanting to give a fuck about anything.
That was Edwin, of course.
Hey, did you see his poison video? Ryan?
Who?
Ryan doesn't watch my content. That's okay.
I don't watch his channel.
I'm fine with that.
Content.
Who the fuck watches my content?
I don't watch this channel.
You got pretty good hits on that first one.
Whoa! Shut it. Let me help you out here, though.
That was kind of rude.
It was a little rude, wasn't it?
It was funny.
I agree with
Ryan's
Scott.
radicalized now.
No. Scott was rude. Ryan was fine.
No,
what is
Ryan
no, they're not. They're
defending his
hairband.
brain
Poison.
for what's in his content.
Poison. Yeah, that's Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know. So rich blow. She's driving me out of my mind. That's why this girl's so hard to find.
Can you just pause it real quick? Just pause it.
My head.
Yes.
So I just want to point out, this is you sharing this, Scott, right?
Maybe. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I just want to point out that you liked your own video.
I always, dude, I have 5 people that watch my videos. I had to like it.
Just want to put that out there.
And my other 6 subscribed videos also liked it, you dick. Okay, my other channels. Asshole.
Do you comment with all of them too? I want to see all your other channels be like, great video, Scott.
You know what? Hey guys, make sure you check out my videos and look at the comments so you could see for yourself. I could use the views. Kiss her, miss her, love her. That girl is poison. Poison.
This is poison to my ears.
In January.
Damn it, Grant.
Wait, it's fine.
Never trust a big body to smile. That girl is poison.
Okay. Down had.
Am I too loud?
That was great.
I got yelled at.
Every time I went to read, he started singing stupid, dumb song.
It wasn't dumb at all, dude. That was awesome. By the way, man, what a great job on that edit for that video.
Yeah, whoever edited.
Didn't your newborn learn to walk to come in there to tell you to shut up?
Yeah, actually, the newborn did show up in the room and said, "Shut up."
Yeah, my 8-year-old did come in and tell me. She didn't yell at me about genders. She just told me to shut the hell up.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
All right. I'm supposed to go to a bachelor party.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. Let's wrap this sucker up.
There's supposed to be a bachelor party going on for.
All right, Ryan. Like usual for the next.
He better have strippers. That's all I know.
He does, and they're all male strippers. It's going to be tough.
You act like
they're all name culture.
Know that.
I just want Ryan to know. Thank you for coming on, and for at least 2 months, I won't show the photos. But guess what? In 2 months, you better come back on, or photos will be released.
Good to know.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. But thank you. Let them know where they can find you, even though you brought most of them here.
You can find me on my channel, Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost. You can find me on Sports Wars. You can find me on Geeks and Gamers, pretty much everywhere. I am trying to get through my fucking taxes because I put them off to the very last minute. So I spent all day sorting fucking receipts and entering data in QuickBooks. It's miserable, but fuck the government.
Get as much as you can out of them. Does anybody?
I don't know why people pay those things.
Does anybody have anything they want to shout out before we leave? Anything on your channels? Because you know people usually leave the second we start talking about this.
I've just got. I'm working on.
There he is.
I'm working on a video, the importance of law and continuity. It's going to be a bit of a video essay, like some of my other more recent videos, and that should be out hopefully in the next week and a half, something like that. I just passed 2,900, and my short this week hit over 1 million. Just that short hit over 1 million, which was pretty cool.
Sorry, wrong one.
So yeah, come
I'm not going to follow that up.
All right, that's awesome.
I think my bespoke video where I'm disappointed by like through the mail hit like 40.
So anyways, thank you everybody. Hey, Mark with a C, thank you for being here. Guys, check out Mark's channel. Check out Mads, Rhinos, Cultures, Tom. Well, Tom's on every other channel. Toxic Man Flu, I don't even know if he has a channel. But I appreciate it, really, Ryan. I do. Thank you for being here.
No problem.
And thank you to my channel members. You guys really are the best. This is for you, even though it's not updated with like Eric K and other people.
Sorry, Eric. I see. It wasn't as good as last Wednesday's dump, because Wednesday's dump was special, but this was a good one.
It was a good one. I mean, anytime Edwin shows up.
Look, you know me. I'm not one to kiss somebody's ass, but I actually like Ryan on the panel a lot more than some of the other.
He does do a good job.
I let you guys breathe. You know what I mean? I like to get my 2 cents.
But I can't